According to almost half of the poll respondents in 34 provinces, gathering has the meaning of strengthening or connecting kinship or friendship. Another essential essence of gathering during Eid al-Fitr is forgiving one another's mistakes, which was acknowledged by 30.5% of respondents. Therefore, the physical meeting with parents, family and relatives to stay in touch on Eid al-Fitr is sorely missed. The results of the poll also noted, although technology has made it easier to be able to stay in touch virtually with long distances, meeting physically to stay in touch, especially with parents, feels more to the heart. 4 out of 10 respondents expressed this opinion. Ujungan or Ujung. Nearly half of Indonesia's population is predicted to travel to their hometown or carry out the homecoming tradition for this year's Eid. None other than with one fundamental goal, namely friendship. This annual tradition that has been rooted in Indonesian society is willing to be followed even with long journeys, even having to face traffic jams and other obstacles. However, in the end, the tiredness paid off with the arrival of the Day of Victory, namely Eid al-Fitr 1444 Hijri, which falls on April 22, 2023, and of course being able to gather with family in my hometown. The noble purpose of the gathering is reflected in what the meaning of the gathering itself is. This is captured in the results of a reporting from the Compass News poll held on April 12 to 14, 2023. Form of friendship. In line with this, the reporting from the Compass News poll also captured the respondents' strong desire to stay in touch with more people. It is undeniable that in the last 3 years, the Eid gathering tradition has been limited due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Last year, even though it has relaxed a bit, there are still restrictions. It is understandable if the euphoria of going home this year is so great after the policy of limiting community activities was lifted and the pandemic conditions were getting under control. It can be seen from the results of the opinion poll, more than half of the respondents, 55.6%, revealed that the Eid al-Fitr tradition that will be carried out this year is to hold or attend a halal bailul with extended families of the same breed. If the previous Lebaran could only gather with the nuclear family or families within one lineage, this year we can gather even more extended families, who are still related to each other. Traditions that were commonly carried out before the pandemic. In fact, there are 13.7% of respondents who will hold an open house. An open house or griya title is a tradition that is usually carried out during Eid, where the host will open his house and invite people around to visit. Starting from family, relatives, friends, colleagues, to neighbors, it is hoped that they will come to visit while establishing friendship and enjoying the dishes that have been prepared. Homecoming is also an event for reunions, one form of hospitality by holding reunion events, for example with school friends and also teachers. About 6% of respondents will attend reunions in their hometowns. These reunions are usually held after the holidays. The Al-Fitr momentum was chosen to hold a school reunion because it is easier to gather friends who have migrated to many cities. In addition, around 15% of respondents will attend a traditional halal bailul event in the village, which has become a hereditary tradition. Another form of entrenched hospitality. Indonesia is rich in culture in each region, including various traditions of celebrating Eid al-Fitr, which are the attraction and longing for nomads to return to their hometowns. In Magelang there is a tradition of Ujung or Ujungan, namely visiting relatives or neighbors individually or in groups, both by local residents and returning migrants. This tradition, which lasts for 7 days after Eid al-Fitr, is also a means of hospitality and as a form of thanksgiving to God. That is family and neighbors to apologize to each other. This tradition makes all Magelang residents miss. With the end of the tradition, brotherhood, unity will be established even though they are far away when working or as neighbors. This is a tradition that needs to be preserved, as a tradition that builds civilization in a better direction.
Enggak.